Hey youtifuls, it's Amber. I am recording on my phone because I forgot my camera. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me as well as usual or if the quality isn't up to par for you guys. I'm going to be making you guys a little bit of a different video. I came up with this idea to share with you guys embarrassing stories, one for every year of school from 1st grade until high school. Start at 1st grade and go all the way up into 12th grade and tell you an embarrassing thing that happened to me that year, and maybe you guys can relate and maybe this will help you guys feel a little bit more normal, like this doesn't just happen to you, it happens to other people. I encourage you guys to share your guys' embarrassing stories because sharing your guys' embarrassing stories makes them a little less embarrassing later on the more you talk about them. Starting with 1st grade, I was a really flirty 1st grader and I would go around and I would kiss every single boy on the lips and on the cheeks. Everybody was my boyfriend pretty much. All my boyfriends didn't want to talk to me. I would get last called in like team games. I would like try to like hang out with the boys all the time and like they didn't want to hang out with me because I was always like kissing them and stuff. Yeah, the boys didn't really like me and they were always running away from me and ditching me. Come back! I was the girl with cooties. That was 1st grade. I mean, pretty minor thing that happened. Nothing too major. Boys don't really like you until you're a lot older anyway, so I just wanted a boyfriend. 2nd grade, I would actually pick my nose and then I would eat my boogers after. I'm not exactly sure why I ate my boogers. They didn't taste good or nothing. It's just put them in my mouth after I picked my nose. I remember I took a tissue and I was like picking my nose and then I like ate it in front of like someone. I totally thought like that the tissue was like the shield, and if like they didn't see me do it, then it didn't happen. Like in my mind it was like nobody will know what I'm doing because they can't see what I'm doing. People could totally tell what I'm doing, and so that was a little bit embarrassing, and I got known as the nose booger eater girl, booger girl, that's me. Booger girl. In 3rd grade, I was in the bathroom one time and I couldn't get my belt off. I couldn't get it undone. I just remember struggling very hard to get it off and I peed my pants, and so I went to the nurse's office. We're supposed to like bring an extra pair of pants to school, but in 3rd grade you're not really like supposed to pee your pants because you're older, so I didn't have an extra pair of pants. So the nurse gave me a boy's like cargo shorts, the ones with like lots of pockets everywhere, and sent me back to class wearing those. And when I walked into the classroom, the whole class just started busting out laughing because they knew exactly what happened, and I just like went to my desk and surprisingly I didn't cry, but I just remember like feeling really hot, and then like pretty much like yeah, everyone knew I peed my pants. In 5th grade, I had a friend named Whitney, and I actually didn't really like her, but it's one of those times where your mom gets along with their mom so good that they're like, yes, be friends, like, because they want to hang out. And I kind of invited her over for my 12th birthday party, I believe, or I don't know how old I was, but I invited her over for a birthday party. And my birthday is on December 31st, so there was still a bunch of Christmas presents under our tree for like other relatives, and we still had all our Christmas decorations out. Mine were all like fresh in my room, like some of them not even opened, and she stole a bunch of my gifts. They stole like one of my parents' Our First Christmas ornaments. It's like, and so that was like really embarrassing. After that I like felt like I didn't really have any friends, and like that was the first time I ever had like something go wrong with a friend, and like I didn't really understand it because I slept over her house like every weekend and like we did a lot of stuff together, and yeah, so that was just unfortunate. I didn't really like girls. I always hung out with boys. That was like my first girlfriend, and then that's what happened. So then it was like I kind of stopped liking girls, but yeah, I don't know. In 6th grade, I wanted to have side bangs, and at this point my mom cut my hair for me. She went to beauty school, but she never finished, so she would like trim my hair and stuff. It was like back when I had it all long, one layer, like it was down to like all the way to my back, and I wasn't really allowed to do anything with my hair, but I wanted to get side bangs, and she told me that I couldn't have them And so I told her, okay, I'm going to cut them myself then. And she was like, go ahead. I went in her bathroom and I cut myself, like, I pretty much took a piece of hair and I cut it straight, like right here. And then it like went up and like did this loop thing because I have wavy hair. I went out thinking I was like fabulous looking, and I showed my mom. I was like, look, I cut bangs, and they looked really ridiculous. I didn't own a hair straightener, and I had naturally like curly wavy hair, and so they would like do this little weird whip at the end, and they looked really bad because I cut them like straight, and it was just like a piece like this big, and all my hair was one length. I really thought they looked really awesome. Like, I thought I looked so sexy. Like, I was like the sexiest 6th grader ever. But looking back at photos, there's like something wrong with my face. Like 7th grade was when I started actually having like real crushes on boys, and I was like, I want a boyfriend. One time when I was in my English class, this boy named Raul, I actually kind of had a little crush on him. He told me that I had a unibrow and a mustache, and so that night I went home and I took a razor and I shaved in between my eyebrows and I shaved my mustache off. And little do I know that if you shave your little peach fuzz that every girl is born with, if she doesn't have it, she waxed it off or she shaved it, but everyone is born with it, that it grows back darker and longer and thicker, and like, girls, you're just supposed to leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It might suck now, but later on you'll thank yourself. Like, deal with it later on when you can like wax it yourself. And for my eyebrows, they took like 3 to 4 years to grow back. My eyebrows only recently got long enough to the point where like they're supposed to be. They were like here for the longest time. And so yeah, don't listen to stupid boys or what they say. Their opinions are irrelevant, especially when you're in 7th grade. The boyfriend you have in 7th grade is not going to be the guy you marry. In 8th grade, I did have one of my first like relationships. The ones where you like get sweaty from holding hands and you like hug really fast and you peck. Yeah, one of those. He cheated on me. I found out while running the mile in PE. A girl named Brittany came up to me and told me that he had been making out with a girl after school for like a month. And so I started like crying in PE. And after PE was break, the guy that I was with, he was in my PE class, and the girl he was cheating on me was also in my PE class. I ignored him all of PE, and then when break came around, I was walking away from him, and he walked up to me, and I started yelling at him. People started to like form a circle around us, like when people like are about to fight or whatever. I remember saying, did your lips just slip onto hers? Everyone was like, ooh, like that middle school, ooh. Pretty much they broke up with him, and then they got together, and then they were together for like 3 years. But whatever, he should keep that cheating whore. In 9th grade, I was homeschooled, and pretty much all my friends who went to high school started making new friends, so they all forgot about me, and I would just be at home alone all the time. My dad wouldn't let me go out because it was a school day. I wasn't allowed to do anything or go anywhere, just sit at my house, and my schoolwork only took me 2 hours. But this was also the year that I made a YouTube, and so all of you guys became my BFFs, and that really helped me because I was just going insane having no one to talk to, and losing all my friends really sucked. After I was homeschooled in 10th grade, I finally got to go to a high school, and it was on the east side of San Jose, and I was actually very scared to go to school there. Not in the best area, and I came from this little white, like where I live is very white, nothing ever happens here, and people got shot outside my school, so I was very scared to go to school there. But once I was in school, I was like, oh, this is nothing. It was the easiest thing ever because nobody did their work, and I would actually do my work, but I would skip a lot, but I would still get A's and B's. First few months of school, I didn't have any friends. I started going to school when I had rainbow hair. I wore tutus to school. I wore candy bracelets up to here, and there was not a single person like me in there. Like as crazy, like colorful, like all over the place, wearing like neon yellow and black striped leggings to school. And so I was just like chilling by myself for a while. My first friend was actually Vanessa, and we actually hated each other at first. Like it was embarrassing for a while, but she just accepted me for who I was. And I still to this day, like when I see pictures of us together, I'm like, why would you hang out with me? I look like a troll doll. Everybody goes through a crazy stage, right? So in 11th grade, one of the more embarrassing things that happened to me, I got my time of the month in class and I had to go to the bathroom and it leaked like all over my pants and stuff, and so I had to like make it from the bathroom, which was 10 years away from the office, so I could like call my dad, because I also dropped my cell phone in the toilet after I went to the bathroom, and so I didn't want to get it, and so I had to go make it to the office so I could talk to my dad to bring me a pair of pants. And then when I came back to school, I was like wearing something different and everyone was like, what happened? And I was just like, oh, I spilled something on me. It happens, it's okay, it's natural. We make other people, so fuck everyone. In 12th grade, I probably had my most golden moment. I was actually driving under the influence, and my friend was actually driving, and he was sober, and I was in the back seat passed out, and I woke up in my car in the back seat, and I freaked out, and I kicked my friend out, and then I drove off, and then the next day when I went to school, I actually skipped school, and then I was there after school waiting for my friend, and I had a bunch of like marks on the side of my car because I sideswiped something and while I was driving under the influence, and I asked him if he knew what happened, and he pretty much just started laughing at me like, no, you drove away, you crazy bitch, like, and like serves you right, which does serve me right. Don't ever drive under the influence. Bad stuff will happen, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you guys. From personal experience, save yourself the emotional stress, get someone to drive for you, call an Uber, be responsible. It's gonna cost you in the end, and just don't do it. Don't do it. Those are all of my crazy stories and embarrassing moments, I guess, that I could think of. There's more embarrassing things that have happened to me, like bullies pouring milk on me and like getting my hair cut off. But yeah, there's like it. I just wanted to share a few with you guys to tell you that embarrassing things happen to everyone, and you don't have to feel bad about them, because I used to beat myself up over them and just like put myself in this shell, and you don't have to do that, because there are people out there who can relate to you. And so if you have any embarrassing stories, I encourage you to leave them down in the comments below, and I will have fun reading them. Not fun, but I hope I can relate to them, and there are probably some really interesting things you guys could tell me. So yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you guys like this video. Bye!